I didn't even put that out there, did I? Didn't put that out there. What this is? Something else was up here. Hmm. Hi, Captain Crunch. I'm just trying to wait on a few more people to get on because I want to talk about a little bit about me. So hopefully you hang around a little bit until I get a couple of more people on, so I can talk a little bit about me, what's going on in my life. How are you doing? Hi, Crown Royal. How are you? I'm just waiting on a couple of people, more people to get on so I can start talking. Oh, that's good. Glad you guys can hop on here and listen to me. I'm going to talk about me a little bit. Forgive me if my voice sounds a little hoarse because my husband woke me up too early this morning. So it's going to take a minute for my voice to get not sounding hoarse. I'm on my other PC over here and I'm looking at some other videos over here. So how long what's this? Oh. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. And let me tell y'all something. YouTubing is very hard, especially when you have life and so much to do. Excuse my dog in the back. First thing in the morning, with the neighbors and people walking by, kids going to school. I'm surprised it's only him because we have 8 dogs. Yes, 8. I keep saying I'm gonna film it so I can show you guys all our dogs outside. I just keep forgetting to take my phone outside because when I'm with the dogs, I tend to bring my phone. Maybe one day I'll tell my daughter to remind me, or I have her do it and then I'll have her send it to me. So, yes, 8. We have one on the right, one in the back of me, and I have um 3 on this side, and the rest of them at nighttime guards the front while we're sleeping. They're all, let me see, we have, I don't know if you guys know what Presa Canarias are. They're part of the Bull Mastiff family. And we have one Virgin Malinois. That's the police dogs. One Virgin Malinois police dog and 8 Presa Canarias. They're part of the Bull Mastiff family. And with the Presa Canarias, you have to be the dominant one with them. So my husband breeds them and he sells them to the people, but he do a thorough screening of the person who's going to take the dog because these dogs need a strong alpha. Yes. They do, because I am the alpha of all our dogs because I'm home with them all the time. When my husband needs them to do something, he come and say, "Come and take the dog. Come tell him to be quiet. Come tell him to move or stop barking or something like that," because they don't listen to my husband because he's not home. They see him as the feeder because my husband gets up in the morning, he goes out there, he tends to them, feeding them, giving them water. I am in the USA. I am in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm planning on taking some trips, but right now I can't. Now with this war going on, I want to pray for those 2 countries that are going at war right now. It is so bad out there. And my husband just told me that everybody that is in the is it Ukraine, I think he said? Louisiana. Oh, okay, you're in the States too. That my husband said that everybody is going to be running to Romania because they share countries over there. Oh, I travel up by Louisiana sometimes. Well, I haven't traveled now because of the pandemic. I haven't done any traveling anywhere besides going to Miami where my family is. But maybe one day, maybe we can do a physical live collab together. Captain Crunch. Sounds like a plan. Works for me. I'm waiting to do more collabs. I don't know how to connect with people to do collabs because I don't even know if I did it right. Because my daughter set my YouTube up when I first started. She put all my social media pages on my YouTube channel because for my kids, my girls, they supported me 100%. Oh, okay. 1 hour away from New Orleans. Okay, great. Me either. I hope it don't get worse either. I really don't. Everyone's praying every day for this war to just end. It's crazy. It is crazy out there. Wow. But like I was saying, both my daughters, I have 3 daughters. They all supported me on my YouTube journey because the beginning, if y'all, I know y'all are new to my channel. Y'all haven't been here from me from the beginning. I have some subscribers that have been here from day one. So My videos in the beginning, I look at my videos from the beginning and now, and I'm still doing it from my phone. Everybody is surprised that I do it from my phone. Yes, you're right, Captain Crunch. We did not think that it would happen in this life, what is going on now, which is, I was so surprised because I am new. I am new as well in YouTubing, and you need someone support to get. Yes, you do. Yes, you do need a lot of support. I'm still looking for support because I just now reached 1 year in YouTubing, and I thought I would be further along in a year, but I was really surprised that it takes a while to get up this YouTube channel. I didn't know it was that hard to do. I've been looking at YouTube for years, but since COVID happened and I was stuck in the house because I couldn't go outside because I have very bad lungs. So for me, I can't go out there like that. I have to stay in the house. So when COVID, I stayed in the house for almost practically the whole year. My daughter would go out. We would go drive in the car and go get something to eat and come back, and I would shoot a mukbang in the car, um, excuse me, and come back home because I have very bad lungs. I have asthmatic. I have high blood pressure really bad, and I am a high risk for blood clots. So when COVID happened, my life had to change a lot. I had to think what I'm going to do because I was doing real estate, but nope. My husband want me to keep doing it now, but I can't do it. For me, I have to think about my safety as well. Oh, my voice is not. My voice ain't woke yet. I know them big channels. Yeah, they have a lot of clout behind them, big ones, and that's why YouTube promoting them more. So I am working on it, but my daughter said, like, I don't know if y'all get, if you the Captain Crunch, if you get notifications from YouTube, because sometimes YouTube tells you, you know, steps to do, if that makes sense. I don't know, because when I go on my studio page, I always look at the notifications on my right of my screen because sometimes YouTube have answers that you sometimes don't know. And then I look at other people. Like right now, I want to do this robot thing, but I'm not quite sure of how it works. Because when people do their live streaming, they have this robot popping up, and he automatically enters your channel on someone else's page. And I want to get into that, but I need to research it more. Maybe someone on my channel would explain to me a little bit more on how to do it, because I feel like that would be a good help. Captain Crunch, if you know what I'm talking about, that's a big help for us, small channels. That robot thing that be on people's live, but you only could do it, from my understanding, it only works if you're live. So I want to put that on there to make my channel go out more. So hopefully, if I find it out, Captain Crunch, I would reach out to you, and you can do it too. Would be great. Hey, Vanessa, how we doing? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get, a community tab, because that's what I want to get, to put it on my channel but you only could do it live though. So hopefully, um, I will figure out a way to do it live here for me. So and get my channel going more. But like I was saying about me, I um I will definitely let you know, Captain Crunch. Um for me, like I was saying when I was doing the YouTube, being that I get blood clots and I got high blood pressure, I have my lung capacity. The last time my doctor checked, oh my goodness, it's my husband, guys. Y'all got to give me a second. Hey, babe. Yeah, come on, computer. Well, anyway, he should have waited because if he told y'all 7:30, if he told you 7:30, that's okay. He one should have waited. He's early. And this said 30 minutes. Right. Well, someone called me on his way, and then I'll meet him over there. Just don't lock the gate. I'm not going to sit there and I don't know how long. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Then one of his hours didn't come back. That's what one of his. But then if he said 25 minutes, you can wait 25 minutes. Yeah, if it's not going to be that long, then call it back. If you're going to be longer, okay? Sorry, everybody. Husband just made to work. He always called me once he get there because he had to go all the way on the beach side. So it takes him an hour in that traffic to get where he's going. So like I was saying, when I first started, the reason I ended up doing YouTube is because once the pandemic happened, you know, being that I have what's this in my nose? Oh, wait a minute, YouTube. Oh, that's on the TV. What is that? Something on my screen made me look like something was in my nose. What is that? Oh shoot. I got something on my screen. Oh, makes me look. Ugh. So anyway, sorry about that. Oh, what is that? So I don't like it. I my daughters was 100% behind me when I was looking at this YouTube um subscriber. I subscribed to her channel because I like what she was saying. She motivated me more to start the YouTube, being that once I could not go outside at all. Like I said, my lungs are when I got my lungs checked, my lung capacity is like an 80-year-old woman. Yes, my lungs are not good. For someone that never smoked cigarettes, never smoked weed, never did any type of drug, never smoked. I mean, never smoked either. Nothing. Never drunk alcohol, never drunk beer, never put a glass of wine to my mouth, and my body is like, ugh. And I got asthma, and I get blood clots. I have high blood pressure, and because I don't know, it's because I had a hard life when I was growing up. I don't too much like to talk about it because it's too emotional for me, but my body is not 100% the way it looks on the outside. It's bad on the inside. So my daughters helped me. They bought everything I needed to start my YouTube channel. When I say the only thing that we did not necessarily think was necessary, and I still don't think it is, not unless long down the line I'll decide to get it, is a camera. Because since my year of YouTubing has been from my phone. All my editing has been from my phone. My pictures, everything, all my YouTube channel from year ago have been totally from my phone. So to spend $700-800, probably more now, because back then it was like six something. Just probably I don't know how much camera is, because I don't feel like it's necessary to use a camera when my phone is doing sufficiently for me. Works for me. So, I mean, I got back screen and I got I got everything I need. Well, they bought everything I need to help me be successful with the YouTube, being that I couldn't go outside. I mean, I'm a real estate agent. I keep my license. I am also a cosmetologist, but I have to think about my safety. I keep my license active because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I haven't did cosmetology in maybe 5.5, maybe 6 years, because I had got really sick the last time that I had opened my shop. Because when I moved here to Jacksonville, we let me tell y'all what happened to me when I moved here in Jacksonville. Okay, so me and my husband was moving from Miami because Miami was getting too congested. It was getting crazy. So we decided to move. Now we was going to move in North Carolina. I had it all set up. I done been back and forth down in North Carolina trying to buy me start my salon business up there. I had to got the space, talking to the gentleman, and we was gonna work things out. My husband was gonna come. We were gonna come and we was gonna live off what I'm making doing hair. We was gonna live with my sister until I got financially up, or he started, because he is a contractor by trade. So, but then when we came here to Jacksonville, he was online. We was looking at then this 4 bedroom, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 bedroom, 2 bath came up on the Craigslist. I don't know where he found it at, but it said it was $450 a month. My husband, he jumped on it. We came down here to Jacksonville. We talked to the guy, and we moved into the house. Okay, so we paid, but after like 2 months, I told my husband, I said, "Babe, something is not right here, because first of all, his name is weird. I don't want to say his name on YouTube, but his name threw me off. And then we would get a notepad, write down what we give him, and he don't sign it. We just write it down what we gave him and the date, and we give him the paper and he come. I would say about maybe 3 or 4 months later, this lady came knocking at our door. So I go to answer, and behold, it was her house. She asked me, what am I doing in her house? I said, your house? I said, well, your house? I said, well, we rented it from this gentleman. I said, give her the name of the person. She said, no, that's not. I said, well, ma'am, we was talking back and forth. She come back and show me some documents. Then I call by then while she was doing what she had to do, I don't call my husband and told him what's going on. And he was like, what? So we called the guy, and then when he answered it right, because he thought something was wrong. But when we told him what was going on, we didn't hear from him anymore. So we had to end up, by then we sold our house and we bought another house to use as a rental. My husband had to rush, go to that house, because the house that we bought had nothing in it. It didn't have no floors. It didn't have a kitchen. It didn't have no bathroom. It just had the walls. So the lady was patient with us, and she let us, find somewhere to stay. Gave my husband time to do what he had to do. So he had to put in the floor, he put in the bathroom, and he put in the kitchen. And we had to move into that house while he fixed it up, because we didn't have nowhere else to go. And we was really distraught by that. We was like, So I went to, this thing is bothering me that's on this camera. I don't know what that is. When I turn my thing up, I'm gonna cut it off. I said I could something in my nose. Oh, it is something in my nose. Oh crap, it is something. But that's something right there too. Oh my God. Sorry guys, accidents happen. You think your nose and your face is clean, and next thing you know, when you're doing something, it's like, oh, yeah, I apologize, but accidents happen. So that threw me off. I really got to get that off, though. That's really disturbing to me. So what I was saying, oh yeah, we ended up staying in a 2 bedroom, and my husband made it a 3 for us, because it was me By then it was only me, him, and my two girls left because my son and my other daughter had done, grown, got kids and all that. It was only two left when we moved here to Jacksonville. So we was like, really, 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 really distraught. I mean, so um by then I had done started working in a flea market, trying to build my clientele up for me, so we could start making more money. So I got my clientele up and I opened my own space shop for doing hair. And then I got sick. I think 6 months in, maybe, I got sick in the hospital. And when I got sick, I went into the hospital for like 3 weeks. But then I had a nail tech in there and I had two barbers in there. And my husband was going back and forth periodically, checking on them to make sure everything's okay, closing the shop up and stuff. So then he went to work. Then I was not feeling well, so he came back and we went to the hospital and they admitted me in the hospital because I could not breathe. No matter what they did, I could not breathe at all. They had me on put this big thing on me and tied it to my mouth. And I mean, I was really out of it. Then I had got a blood clot in my lung. And so I was in the hospital for a while. I think I was in the hospital like a month. And that's when my husband, we decided that I can't do the cosmetology anymore. So he went there and he went to the company who I was leasing the building from and told him that I can no longer do it. So thank God they allowed me to break my lease with them and, close it down under the circumstances because I love doing hair, but I can't anymore. I would love to, but you know what though? I don't want to say that because I do mine and I do my daughter's hair here in the house, but we do it on a porch where there's no chemicals. I don't smell all that stuff that's going on in there. Maybe that's what it is. Yes, I did. I've been through a lot in my life. A lot. I mean, if I was emotionally, maybe one day I will be emotionally ready to talk about everything, I would, but not now. But when, oh my gosh, why? I need to get up. When we closed it up and my husband closed it up, well, he closed everything up. And I stayed in the hospital for like a month because my lungs was bad too. So then we went to oh, that's what he said. Maybe you could be a real estate agent, something easy where you don't have to deal with the people. I said, maybe. I ain't even reading, I'm just talking. Yes, exactly. You know what though, Crown Royal? I can do hair. I can do my own hair. Listen, my hair is my natural hair now because before I used to put in weave, I used to put in sew-ins, I used to do quick weaves. I don't know if you know, but block braid, I did my own. I mean, my hair was all the way down to here. I mean, all that fake stuff. But then when COVID happened and well, not COVID happened. Yeah, when COVID happened and I couldn't go out to, buy stuff because they closed stuff down and everything was locked up. You can't do this, you can't do that. So I decided to say, you know what? I am a licensed cosmetologist. I do my own hair. Why don't I just do me? So I cut all my hair off. Before I started YouTubing, I cut my hair this short. I went in the bathroom. I took my time with my scissors and I cut my hair like maybe this long because I couldn't even put ponytails, nothing in my hair. So I just wanted to just start taking care of me because I'm a very sick person. So I got to take care of me. So when I started doing YouTube, I don't know, maybe one day I'll put in a clip of how my hair used to be when I first started YouTubing. I think my hair was like right here when I first. I don't cut it since then too, because it had grew here and I cut it up to here and now it's back here. I keep cutting it. Exactly. My point exactly. People don't know that it's expensive to go out there and get your hair done. It's expensive. That's why now I know they look a hot mess, but I'm learning how to do my nails. Let me tell you, it's so hard. I do other people's nails, but I used to do no more. It seems easy, but I started doing my own nails, and I'm getting the hang of it, but it's hard. I think I take a whole day to do my hands because let me see. I could do this hand really well, but then when it comes to me use my left hand to do my right hand, it's a hot mess. I'm trying. The only thing I can't do is my feet. I soak them, scrub the bottom, keep them all nice and pretty. But when it comes to putting that you know what? I just thought about something. I could just do the gel polish and let it go. But it still need to be cut and trimmed. I don't know. I don't blame you, Roy, Crown Royal. I would I for your wife because it's too expensive out there. It is. That's why I started doing my own, and I do my daughter says she don't go nowhere. I wish I would have shown me doing her hair um the way I did it when because we was gone for a week. I did YouTube for a week last week. From the I would say the 15th through the 21st. I wasn't even doing no YouTube. I don't know. If for me, I feel like when I go on a vacation, I'm on a vacation. I don't want to worry about work. I don't want to worry. I didn't even want to worry about YouTube. I even told my daughter when we got back, I say, I took the equipment to YouTube. Now I took some stuff, but I didn't do it. I didn't film myself eating nothing. I didn't film myself. We was going out vlogging. We were just enjoying our time. I don't. I should have, but I didn't do it. I don't think I'm that comfortable yet. Maybe one day I will. Yes, it is always good to have another skill. So I am planning. So now I don't know if I want to do the YouTube though, because my husband is like, sorry, someone just texted me. Let me just check my. Oh. Okay. Someone just texted me. I just had to confirm. Receive. Thank you. So I don't know if I want to do the real estate though, because the real estate, I have two careers. I could do hair. I mean, I could do hair, I could do nails, or I could do real estate. But I think the pandemic got me lazy that I just want to be home. Oh, my husband paid for everything again for the real estate, and I'm like, and y'all know what I got to do today, right? Once I get through with my live, I got to go on a 3-hour webinar. Listen, Now, YouTubing is different. I don't mind staying on YouTube for 3 or 4 hours because I'm looking at everybody's videos. I try to get in as much video as I can, so I give everybody between 3 and 5 minutes. Now, it all depends on how entertaining it is for me. I know I don't speak everybody's language, but I keep saying this in all my videos that it's your face expressions, your body language, your movement, because sometimes it's just one person that I look at all the time. He always laughing. I told my daughter the other day, I said, now him, I want to know what he's talking about because he's just laughing so hard. Uh, and I just do it. But I honestly, I know I have probably now 600 subscribers. It might take me a couple of days, but I try to get to everybody. Give them at least 3 minutes, at least 3 to 5 minutes, but it depends on the video. Some of them I'd be like this. And I've been on watch y'all whole video. And next thing I know, I see y'all little clip on the bottom say, please hit the notification bell, please subscribe to my channel. Like, oh, I don't look at the whole video. Now the cooking videos, I try to watch all of them because I'm definitely trying to learn how to cook my pork belly. I'm not going to video that anymore until I get it right, because even though it might have looked good on camera, it wasn't. It was hard. The skin was sticky and gummy. Like when we chewed it, it stuck to our teeth. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But then someone told me that I was only supposed to cook it for 30 minutes. I mean, boil it for 30 minutes, and I boiled it for like 2.5 hours because I didn't know. I didn't know exactly how long to cook pork belly for. So, and then she told me to freeze it, and then I didn't know whether I'm supposed to let it thaw out or put it directly in the freezer. When it comes out the freezer, to put it directly in the oven. And then she told, I don't know, it was so much going on that it didn't turn out right for me at all. By the time the meat looked it pretty, the meat was already hard. The skin was soft, but the meat had already got so overcooked and hard that it wasn't satisfied for me. But my husband and my daughter ate it. But for me, I wanted that crispiness like I see everyone on my subscribe channel, even ones that are not subscribed to me. The one that got million subscribers, I still look at them too. I wish I could be I already know anyway. For me to learn it, I need to be standing right next to you, looking at you while you do it. Because I feel like by you telling me, I'm looking at it on YouTube, something's missing. That I'm just not getting the way that skin's supposed to look. I'm gonna get it one day. I don't know when. I don't know if the pork belly that I'm getting is not. I don't know. I don't even want to say that because there was so many pork bellies in the store. I didn't know which one to get. I'm like, which one? So no, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So back on me. I don't even know how I got on pork belly. Good morning, Vanessa. So I am okay. So what I was talking about, me. Okay, yeah. So after we moved into that house that my husband had to fix up, that wasn't really livable. He put a toilet in there. He made a shower, and he made this. This was my kitchen when we moved in. I had a stove and I had a sink. That's all I had when we moved in there. And we had our furniture, and I wasn't happy bringing my furniture in because we really didn't have any floors or nothing like that. Everything was like bad, but we didn't have a choice, or we wouldn't have had nowhere to stay. And then come to find out, when the guy called us, I don't know if he called us or my husband finally got him to answer the phone. No, that's not what it was. The police contacted us and asked us, did we know this person? And we say, yeah, we know him. And they asked us, how do we know him? We told them what happened. They said, well, we're apologizing what he did to you, but he's in jail right now. He was here in the U.S. illegally. So how he got back, they told us they don't know, but they apologized. They just, let us know. They was asking us how we met him, and so that's how we told him. So that's how we don't even know where he's at right now. I don't think my husband do, because my husband's a more, even though that man did what he did to us, my husband still felt compassion for him. Like when he was in jail, we drove all the way to Georgia. I think my husband just wanted to see him. We drove all the way there. And on our way there, we got stopped by the police. My husband said, well, he don't even know what, because my husband don't speak like that. Come to find out, the police officer put my husband out the car, stood him up in the back of the truck, and kept asking me a whole bunch of questions. Are you sure you're okay? Just randomly asking me stuff. And then I got tired of him going back and forth, and I just say, look, officer, I am his wife. We are going to see somebody up here, whatever city that was, up here in Georgia. And I just want to get this over with, because I don't even know why you want to go see this man. So my husband said, what did you tell him to make him say, okay, I can get in the car? I said, I told him how I felt about where you taking me at. I said, well, what he told you? He said, oh, he was telling me that he's trying to figure out what I'm doing because he don't know why we got tents on the car. I said, he told you tents. I said, oh, baby, look, check this out. He thought you kidnapped me. He said he see a white man, a black woman, and then I was looking out the window doing something. I saw him pass by the police officer. He said the next thing you know, the police officer came running real fast because he thought that I was in distress. And I said to my husband, well, maybe he never saw a mixed couple before, that he assumed that, he was ready to take you to jail. He kept asking me, am I okay? How I know you and all that. But he actually was ready to take you to jail because he thought that you kidnapped me. That's a good police officer, though. Got to give it to him. He was there. He was willing to take my husband to jail. My husband said, no. I said, why else would he stop us? Hey, what are you going to stop us from? We got Florida plates. We are in Georgia. Well, actually, we was in Toombs County, Georgia. Why is he telling us that we illegally having tents? We don't live here. So my husband had to think about it. That was crazy. But my husband has a good heart. Even though people do him wrong, he still have compassion for them. He will still try to do whatever he can to help them. Because when we met him in prison, he looked really bad. He did. He looked really bad. He asked my husband to do him a favor. And I was shocked my husband did it, because we would have been on the street, though. He asked my husband to go there and collect all his stuff out of his house for him. And my husband did it. I went with him to make sure that he was safe while he did it. I didn't lift nothing because I have a bad back. I went there and he got his van and he took his trailer and he took all that man's stuff and we took it home to our home that we can't even live in right now, but we took it all there. We kept it for a year because his kids didn't want to have nothing to do with him either. And we got all his stuff. We don't know what to do with it. And so finally, after a year, yes, but it is, Vanessa. It's really, really, my life is, I keep saying I'm going to write a book because there's a lot going on in my life. Ooh, that is a lot. Yes, my husband is very compassionate. And so a year went by and one of his kids came, his son, and he was mad because he did not want to take his dad's stuff. He did, but we didn't know what to do with it. What are we going to do with it? So he took some, but he didn't take it all. He said, "No, I'm not taking it." He took none of his personal belongings, because they probably wasn't his. So okay, and that's been maybe 6 years ago. And we still have some of the stuff right here in our new house that we got now. It's in the shed. My husband would not throw this man's stuff away. I don't know why. He just feels like, and the man, we don't even know if the man's still here or not. I don't know, but that's what he is. Like this one guy, he he's helping this homeless. I don't want to say he's homeless, but my husband might not see him for maybe a year, and then he'll just text my husband and say, "Hey, I need $40." And my husband will cash app him the $40. Now he's been doing it now. I think this is the second time he did it since he hadn't seen it for over a year. The man just called him up and say, "Hey, I need some money. Could you send me $40?" So my husband don't send him twice $40. And I try to tell him, you got to be careful. We send money to, you don't know if he's a drug dealer. I mean, a drug dealer. You don't know if he's on drugs. You don't know that. And he just found your number in his phone again and say, "Hey, I get money from this guy," because he never tell him what he needed for. He just say, "Can I have 40?" He'll tell him how much, and my husband would send it to him. And he tells me though, I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." Yes, he is very generous. I do my part too. I do mine on personal thing, because sometimes God say, "Don't show everything that you do," and I don't. I don't really. Sometimes I don't even tell my husband. I think my husband, he do his part, but I think I do too much sometimes, because sometimes I'll be like three or four, maybe $500 in. I'm like, ugh. My husband say, "What do you do with the money?" I'm like, "Oh, I've been giving it away." He said, "We got to pay a bill." Like right now, I want to do something, but my medications are coming up, and one bottle of 30 pills is $200. I got to get my two asthma pumps. I got to get my high blood pressure pills. I got to get my sugar pills. So, yeah, my life is a mess. So, I got to do, but the one thing I got to get first is my um blood thinners. Those are the ones that's $200. And I need those so I don't get blood clots. We be hating that, but $200 every month for, well, I spend probably $500 a month on medication just for me alone. I just had a procedure on my back now, so I can actually bend over a little bit. I can't bend. I can, if I can get one bend, I'm good for the rest of the day. I can't do any more bending. I'm done. One bend, and then I can't do it anymore. So, so what I do is I take that one bend that I have to do very cautious. I think about what I got to do for today to see when I'm going to use that one bin, because that's serious. Because after that, my husband, he been wanting me to help him, but he already knows I can't do it. He always say, "I want you to do this, but I don't want you to mess up your back." Oh well. Sorry if you hear my dog in the back. That's the one that protects the backyard. It must be somebody out there. I could go out there and make him stop. Sometimes I do, because let me tell y'all, 8 dogs is a lot to constantly hear barking. There are no times that I get peace and quiet outside, because people always on the street, especially over here where we live at. There are neighbors in the back, neighbors on both sides, neighbors across the street, people walking up and down, because we are on a busy road. So people are constantly walking up and down the street, and the dogs are going, see? So when me and my daughter took that little mini week vacation, we only took it because we needed some peace and quiet. I took it for peace and quiet because I just needed a break from the dogs. all day. See, now the one on that side is barking. This one will be quiet, and then the one on that side gonna bark. See, that one over there is barking, but this one is being quiet now. That one over there is barking. But when my husband come home, I let him take over. He takes over because when they start barking, I say, I'm done for today, babe. I'm not doing it anymore. It's your time. He said, what? I said, yeah, it's your time. Rooster. Yeah. I'm like, no, we don't get no complaints from the city because dogs are dogs. Dogs bark. So, no, no complaints at all. Now, when we first moved here, the neighbor in the back was barking, but then we like, how are you bark? I mean, why are you complaining about a dog's barking? And he has a dog, he has a neighbor that's on the other side of him that got 3 dogs. Now, those 3 dogs used to jump the gate when we first moved here and come over here and bark at our dog. But my husband let the owner know, say, listen, if your dogs jump the gate, that's the end of their life because our dogs are going to kill them. Some dogs you could break up, like dogs you could break up fights. Some dogs you can break up fight. It depends on who they're fighting and why they're fighting and how you break them up. I know, right? My life is crazy. Yeah. So my neighbors say, now this neighbor here in the back of me, oh, my dogs hate him. Hate him with a passion. He has a roommate that the roommate could come and play outside, play, have fun with the kids or whatever. But when he comes outside, oh, they bark. Then he gets mad. He gets mad. I say, well, there's something that you did to our dogs to make them don't like you. I said, because when we moved here, the house that we stayed in, we was there for 10 years. And we was like this, like sardines in that little neighborhood with that little small house. And the dogs ain't bark at nobody. Now, they bark like the person across the street. If they get a visitor, because if the dog don't know them, you're going to bark at them to let us know there's somebody new in the neighborhood. That's it. So the dogs bark at him all the time. Yes, you can. I mean, it's crazy though. I'm like, but now they're like, but see, I have to be the alpha, but I am the alpha of all 8 of them. I am definitely the alpha. If I walk out the door, like I could do a certain move and they will lay on the ground. If I open a door and they're barking and I'm just full of it, I open my door and I look at them in a certain way and they bow down. And when we had our water softener installed and she was barking at him, I turned around and looked at her and she went to the ground. He said, whoa. I said, well, I am the alpha. And they already know if I'm outside, you don't need to be barking. Not in my ear. I get enough of it in the house. So, yes, 8 dogs. And every time my husband said, oh, I think it's time I'm going to stop. I'm going to sell them all. I'm going to get rid of them. And then the next thing you know, he tells something. He come running in with his phone. What you think about this dog? I say, Dave, no more dogs, please. Babe, please, no more dogs. No more, please. He said, but I'm going to sell these and get some new ones. I'm like, sell them and don't get no more. He said, no, I think I want to get some more. I'm like, oh my God. I say, oh my gosh. Oh my God. But you know what though? Before he got these dogs, we had Rottweilers. There was my husband didn't like them because they only show aggression when they needed to. They didn't bark. They walk around your house, walk around outside. I will visit your channel. I will walk around your house and I mean, she would walk. Her name was Missy. We loved her. I would walk. She would walk around the yard, and this is how you know you have a loyal dog. Okay, I was outside in my house. I was outside in my backyard. Right. She walked up to me and she sat in front of me, facing me, just sitting in front of me. And I'm trying to figure out, Missy, what are you doing? Just sitting in front of me. Right. She moved up a little bit more to me. And I said, what? What? And then she made a little move to make me look behind me. There was a man standing behind me. I said, oh, and I, turned around and spoke to him, whatever. And then when I stopped talking to him, I went back and said, thank you, Missy. I love you. She said, I just want you to know there was someone behind you. That's exactly what she did. And she did it every single time. If you're not paying attention, she will let you know that someone's there, but make sure she's looking at them so they don't mess with us. She went blind. She was old. She went blind. So we gave her to an old couple. They wanted her, and we let her go with them. She sniffed them. I noticed she was getting blind because when I called her, she was like listening for my voice, and I had to tell my husband. I said, I think Missy going blind. He was like, no. I said, yeah, I think she is because she is like, she sits down and she like listens for you. And he was like, okay. So that's what we did. So then we got another one, another Rottweiler. It was a boy. Let me see. When I got him, girl, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, girl, everybody. We went to go pick him up. First, I wasn't into it. I was like, oh my God. I said, we got, he said, we need a dog to protect the house. This was before he started getting dogs. And we went to go to the place to get another one because where we got Missy from. And I'm telling you now, he was the most fattest little Rottweiler. He walked slow like a bear. I say, well, his name gonna be Bear. My husband say, what? I say, see how he walking? He walking like a little fat bear. That's what his name gonna be. And so we went to the guy. We told the guy, this is the dog we want. And my husband said, well, she already named him. She named him Bear already. And yep. Mm-hmm. He was walking around. And he was walking around. And he did it. He that's how he walked. He walked like a little fat little bear. So I'm like, okay. But he died, unfortunately. My first grandchild, we went to Gainesville. My daughter lived in Gainesville, and we wanted to go there. That was my first grandson. He was born. And my husband called me that night to tell me that Bear died from a heat stroke. Now, my husband was so excited. Dogs that are black tend to get heat strokes a lot. We didn't know that. That was our first experience. By the time he got him to the hospital, to the vet, he had done died already. And Josephine was distraught. She was on the floor crying. We was in Gainesville at that time. And I didn't know what to do because I hadn't fell in love with Bear. I mean, I think he was like 6 months old, maybe. He was still a puppy. I'm like, So then my husband changed breeds. That's why we ended up with these little munchkins we got now. Aggressive, very aggressive. But hi, Iron Man. So I just went to that sinus is trying to act that. Did I take my medicine this morning for my nose? I think so. I hope I did. Anyway, so now that I am in my new house, because that house, let me tell y'all, I was so content there. We was there for 10 years in that house. Once my husband got it where it's comfortable for us to live there, I was content because, number one, we didn't have a mortgage. Because we had paid for that house cash because that was going to be our rental property for income. We was there for 10 years, and it was a older community. We live around a bunch of old people. So that made it better for us. That means we don't have to hear all that noise going on, you know. So the lady that stayed across the street from us, she passed away, and she bought the house estate. Means that the bank paid her to live there. And once she passed, the bank get the house back. So the house was empty for a while, and this realtor got it, and she listed it, and she's rented it to these people, and that's all it took for us to move. They was playing music, they was talking loud, fussing and fighting, had the police to go there. It only took us a month, and we was saying, we're out. We can't do it. I got on the internet and I started looking. He got on because we both realtors. So we got on and we started looking. And people didn't believe it was realtors because the neighbors, that the neighborhood that we lived in. But for us, it wasn't important of how we live and where we live, as long as we are comfortable where we're living, is what we thought about. We didn't think about because you make money or you have money, or okay, I got this amount of money. Oh, let me go live here, or I got this amount of money. Let me buy this. That's not the way that we live. Like the area that we're living in now, it's about the same as where we moved from. A bunch of old people, which we love. We love that a lot. Um, Except for this young guy that we have in the back. He just I honestly I think he's an alcoholic, because he shows me the signs, and then he comes home sometimes intoxicated and talking loud and slurring and fussing at his grandkids for no reason. I think the baby's like 1 year old, and he just be going crazy at her. And so the dogs go crazy because they don't like that he's yelling, and he's yelling at that baby. So when he starts yelling at the baby, oh, them dogs go crazy. And I have to tell him that. I say, listen, my dogs don't like that. That's probably why they don't like you. I told him that's probably why they don't like you, because the way you do and the way you act determines how a dog is going to react to you. So they don't like him at all. Every time, sometimes he could get away with coming in the house without them barking at him, but they don't like him at all. But this neighborhood is pretty good, like the neighbor. Not, but this neighborhood is probably a little bit better than where we were, because the people next door to us have done been broken in twice. And the police asked us. And I told that officer, listen, I don't come out though. I say, I don't come outside. The only time I come outside is to go to the grocery store and go to church. I'm telling you, since COVID, I be very cautious about going outside and who I'm hanging with. That's why my husband trying to get me to go out here and do real estate. But now real estate has changed. Everything is done from home. Like when I get off, I don't know if I said it or not, but when I get off this live stream, what time is it? As a matter of fact, no, I got plenty of time. I gotta go and get on a 4-hour webinar. I don't mind screaming YouTube for 4 or 5 hours, but just YouTube is what you want to do. You can get off it at any time you want. You can stop it at any time you want. But to say that I got to get on here, I have to sit here in front of this computer for 4 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, because everything is done on a computer. There's no more going into the office, sitting down. I used to go in the office and conversate, meet people. Now, how you meet people being a realtor? I don't do door to door. I don't knock on door. The one thing I learned about real estate is realtors lie. Sorry if I have one that's a realtor that is my subscriber, but you do. And I think that's why my clientele is so low, is because you go and knock on these people. Oh, I got somebody that's want to buy y'all. No, you don't. And when they told me that I had to do that, I say, I won't be a door knocker. I can't do that. I say, no, but Tina, that's how you farm. I say, by lying to them, telling. I say, what if they say, okay, then what? Oh, can I go in your house because I think I might have a potential buyer that might be interested in your property? Do? No. So all my clientele has been coming from God. Them are sole buyers and sellers that actually come into the office for me to say, I want to sell my house, or a buyer say, I'm looking to purchase a home. I've never knocked on no one's door or said, I got somebody that's for your house. I can't do it. I can't lie like that. I don't know how to do it. I guess it worked for them, but I don't know. I just don't do it. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. I have to anyway, because my husband paid for me to join this firm. So I got to be on here for 4 hours. See, with YouTube, you can get off, go do what you gotta do, but I'm gonna see how this gonna go. I'm gonna see. I don't know. This is crazy. My life is, I have so much to talk about in my life, but I mm-mm, mm-mm. It's so much to talk about. But my husband is I'd be so happy when he feels comfortable coming on YouTube, because right now he's like, no, no. I say, just like, what, he doesn't have anxiety like my daughter Josephine does, but he just not ready yet. It took me a long time. I mean, if y'all go back and look at my beginning video a year ago, I ain't know what to say. They was only maybe 5 minutes long. I just come in and say, hello, how you doing, YouTube? I just wanted to, say hello to you guys. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. Just a little brief introduction I did when I first started out. I did a whole bunch of cooking videos back then too, that, they didn't get that many reviews because I just started out doing the YouTube per se. But then I found out that YouTube don't promote beginners videos. They pro people who are more successful in YouTube. Us small people have to work our hardest to get up to that level where YouTube is going to not sponsor, promote your video, like put it on somebody else's channel in the right time, right to say, hey, this is recommended for you. Look at this video. This is recommended for you right now. But everyone that's like I told I learned that from my daughter. Though. I say everybody who they recommended me is in a million subscribers. She said, Mama, that's what YouTube do. They ain't gonna promote nobody who just starting out because they don't know if you're gonna stay. They go promote the ones that are big and famous. And I'm like, that's not fair. We need some promotion too. How do people gonna know about us if they don't promote us? I understand we got to do a lot to get up there in YouTube, but come on, YouTube, y'all can help us out a little bit, because I'm telling you right now, YouTubing is not easy. It's not, because sometimes you don't know what to say, because especially for me, because I'm sitting here every day in my house. When I get on YouTube, I don't know what to talk about. That's why I'd be happy sometimes my daughter come and entertain me and her house. She talk about her day, how the kids were at school and stuff like that, because she is a bus driver. So she talks about her kids. So that keeps me entertained. Other than that, I'm in the house on YouTube all the day. I should buy me a TV. I don't even watch TV. I don't watch TV because I don't like news. I don't like commercials. So anytime I watch, and nowadays I can watch everything offline. All the movies that came out, I just watch them offline. You pay like $5, like you go into the movies and watch the movie. So that's what I normally do now. You know what I'm saying? But I need to go to the store and buy some food to cook today. I'm doing different videos for the next couple of weeks. My video content is going to be a little different because I am an Orthodox Christian. So I am in my fasting journey here. for Pascha. For us, Pascha is Easter. So there won't be cooking videos. I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know. Because right now, I am going to learn how to do some tofu meals. Look, look, look. Okay, so I cooked the tofu meal the other day with my daughter and my husband, but I didn't eat it. My daughter say, "Mama, you're not gonna eat now?" I said, "Mm-mm. Y'all, y'all could have it." I say, "How did it taste?" I say, "Oh, it tastes all right." I said, "See, you said all right. You ain't say good." I said, "We're not worried about your stepdad because he gonna eat it anyway. But me and you, we got to be on the same page." She say, "Yeah, mom, you always set me up." Say, because I don't like new stuff. I don't like change. So because we was the last time we went on a fast, there was this um veggie chicken that my husband had brought home and he cooked it and I did taste it and I did like it. But how about I went to go look for it, they don't sell it anymore. That was one thing that I did like, but I bought some hot dogs for my daughter. She said, "Mama, that ain't it." I said, "See, that's why I ain't taste it." But my husband ate all of them. So I mean, a lot of times, like when I do my fish, I'll show y'all that I cook fish, but I don't eat it because I don't like fish. So, but I need to find more tofu. I don't know how to cook tofu, so I learned how to cook this. What is her name? I can't even think of her name. I thought I wrote her name down. So I was gonna tell her that I was going it was called Grace Alazar's Gracie. She cooked a tofu meal. Gracie Cooks. She cooked a tofu meal on her channel that I looked at the other day, and actually it looked pretty good. But I don't know about me tasting it though. But yeah, I see that she put a lot of vegetables. And see, I love vegetables. My daughter don't. The only vegetable that my daughter, there are so many vegetables out there. It's a lot. And she only eat two. And that is green beans and broccoli. So tell me, how are you supposed to cook for somebody that don't eat two things? Green beans and broccoli. Now I love not gonna say I love all vegetables, but I love 80% of vegetables. But my daughter don't eat two. It's hard to cook for her. I told her when she get married, her husband better know how to cook, or he better understand you because you picky. I understand I'm picky, but she picky. I said, "Oh my goodness, this girl." Mm-mm. So I'm trying to learn how to cook some tofu stuff now. Yep, that is so right, Crown Royal. You gotta have a million because I ain't trying to get a million, but I think that's a lot. I look at a lot of people as a million subscribers too, and I look at what they do, and they do exactly well. And some of them, like one of them, I looked at, she did a McDonald's mukbang, and she got over 1 million views. Just a regular McDonald's meal, and I'm like, well, darn, what's different about her McDonald's meal than my McDonald's meal? Mm-mm. I don't know. I be looking at them though. I'm subscribed to some of them. The one that entertain me, I'm subscribed to some of them, but not all of them. I look at a lot of people videos, but for me, it has to be entertaining. Like this one guy, I just subscribed to the channel because he was doing SMR on he was eating something. And I think it's the way he was eating it. He was eating very calm. He had this nice music in the background that was very relaxing. And I enjoyed it. And it wasn't that long. I mean, the music was pleasant. And the meal was, he had sausage. He had this long sausage. He had some spicy noodles, and he had 3 eggs on top of it. You know, that's what I'm saying. It could be something simple, but it was, I think it was the music that got me. It was very relaxing. So I will say, okay, I'm subscribing to your channel. It's a wrap. I hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and I was in. I don't just subscribe. You got to be all in. Yes, it's just that one video that does it for me too. I mean, I look at a lot of videos, you know what I'm saying, but you can't subscribe to everybody video, because sometimes I made a mistake and I kept it there because I went on somebody's live, and you know, sometimes live say, you know, connect to these people, connect to these people, connect to these people. And that what got me doing what the way I do before I connect. I watch the video, or I watch some, because sometimes they send you a video that's good, but then when you go down the line and look at some other stuff on the video, be like, wait a minute, hold on. This is not what I wanted to look at. I don't need to see none of that. Let me just you know, I will keep you under the subscribe tab, and you know, to keep your subscriber count up, but I won't look at your videos anymore, not unless you show me something that I want to see. You know, like this girl, she put up a video, she wanted everybody to subscribe, and then it was just showing her butt. I say, oh, I will give you subscribe count, but I won't look at your videos because I don't want to do that. I'll be fair and give you your subscribe count. I'll keep you as a subscriber, even if you don't subscribe to me, but everybody is trying to reach that goal. So I won't unsubscribe to you. I know people don't unsubscribe to me because it tells you, if you go on your if you go in your studio, it would tell you how many people has unsubscribed. And amount of people that unsubscribed to me, I should be way over 1,000 subscribers. Because what people do is they get you to subscribe and then they unsubscribe. I figured that out into the YouTube too. They subscribe to you that day when they say subscribe, and you subscribe to them. When you get up the next morning, their subscribe is off because they unsubscribe, which is okay with me. If that's all you want, is just more subscribers, I don't have a problem with that, because everybody wants more subscribers. Everybody wants more views. So be fair to everybody. I've never, ever, since I've been doing YouTube, have unsubscribed to people, but I've never watched their videos anymore, because the things that some people put on YouTube is not for me. Can't do it. I like videos that are entertaining, calming, relaxing. Like Crown Royal, I love your videos. I really do. I enjoy the music all the time on all your videos. They're very relaxing. But actually, Crown Royal, my daughter loves it too. I was really surprised when I was playing one of your videos one afternoon, because sometimes I get on YouTube in the morning and then I'll take a break. Then I get on again around maybe 3 o'clock in the evening. And I was watching one of your videos, and my daughter came in and said, "What you listening to?" I said, "I'm listening to Crown Royal. You know, he playing his videos. Sometimes it's spiritual and stuff like that." And she was like, I said, "You should subscribe to him." She said, "No, Mom." She don't get on YouTube like that. She's on there, you know, she get on there for me, you know, supportive and all that. But a lot of people, I get on their videos and I really am like really loving them. I hope everybody loves mine too, but I don't think so, because let me tell you, I was really hurt a little bit because I put up a video before I left. We left on the 15th, and I put up a video on the 15th, and I came back and I got on YouTube on the 21st. And the same amount of views I got on that video is the same amount of videos I got when I first put it up. That means that no one looked at my videos for a whole week that I was gone. And I have 600 subscribers, and it was only 56 views. I was like hurt. I thought like when I come back, y'all ain't seen me in a while, that everybody gonna be like, wait, Tina, Christina, let's put a video on me. Let's find out. But no one responded. I was like a little hurt, but then I got back over it. Obviously, it's YouTube. So you have to take it in stride that your loyal customers will be there for you all the time. I know who are there for me, but I'm always there for everyone, even though I might not get to you that time when you do the video. And then when you pop up on my feed, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get your video. And I go to it. Works for me. Now back to me. Your mind always wanders off a little bit because all it takes is for one thing to make you jump to something else. Yep, that's what it does. So I don't even know why I left off with me at, to be honest, because I went a full circle. I went a full circle. Let me tell y'all, when I told y'all that I was in the hospital for a month, right? Okay, so I am 100% scared of needles. I do not like them. I am 56 years old, and no, ma'am, I do not like needles. My doctor knows it. So he always tells me the date that I'm going to have to give blood because I don't want it to be a surprise because you probably won't get it. If I come to you and you say, oh, we're going to have to take blood for you, I say, no, you're not. Not today. They said, not today. You didn't tell me ahead of time, so you're not taking it like that. That's how scared I am of needle. You can't just up and throw that in my face. That's not going to happen. You won't get it. So when I was in the hospital, being that I get blood clots all the time, they keep these things in my legs because when you get a blood clot, when I had it in my lungs, I had to remain in the bed. So they put these pressure cuffs on my legs to squeeze it to keep my legs from getting clots in them, right? So they always had to come in at 4 a.m. like clockwork. Gotta take blood. Gotta take blood. I fought with them every time they came in. Yeah, they already knew that. So they came in one time and I told them no. I say, if y'all draw blood for me one more time, stick that needle in me one more time, every time you stick the needle in me, I'm going to pass out. Because that's how I felt. I felt like I'm just going to pass out. So the doctor, he left out. Then the doctor came in that morning and he said, we know it's when you get a blood for you. I said, yeah, because my body is tired. I can't do it anymore. So they came back that afternoon around 1 o'clock. My nurse said, I got somebody special for you. I said, who you got special for me? He said, this gentleman right here is going to draw your blood. I say, I already told you our blood is out. He said, no, but he's a specialist. He's a vein specialist. I said, what you mean vein specialist? He specialized in drawing blood from the veins. I said, but it's going to hurt. He said, I guarantee you won't feel a thing. I said, but you're going to put an IV in my arm and I'm not going to feel a thing? He said, no, ma'am, you won't feel nothing. I said, oh my God. I said, now y'all lying to me. He said, just trust me. He said, ma'am, just trust me. I said, okay, I'm going to trust you. I said, but if it hurt, I'm going to say, I don't know how you're going to get blood no more, for real, because I ain't going to trust nobody. So I had to get prepared. I have to lay down in the bed, get comfortable, grab the railing, give him one arm and, pray for the best and, doing all that, right? And it took him about 20 minutes and he said, we're done. I said, we're done. He said, yeah. I looked at my arm. He said, I told you what's going to hurt. I said, oh, he said, but I'm going to tell them right now that when they put something in your arm, they draw blood from the same IV, they put medicine in, they better go slow. He said, because your veins are really tiny. I said, I know. I said, I use a 20. I already know that. I use the infant needles and it still hurt. He said, yeah, I see why it hurt. So the doctor came in, right? And I think about a week later, it was in there so long, they needed to change it out. So I say, oh my God, y'all got to remove it. He should say, yes, ma'am. After it's been in there for so long, you have to filter it out. Oh, but she said what they did was they had a vein specialist come in every morning at 4 o'clock to take my blood so it doesn't hurt. I said, okay, I can go for that. So for the next 3 weeks, the same person came in, takes my blood, and I'd be on my merry way. So I was there for a month. After 3 weeks in, they moved me to a private room because They put me on the floor by myself. Not put me in a room by myself because I think I was sharing a room with somebody. No, that was the next time I was in the hospital. But they put me in a room by myself at this one because I was in the hospital maybe 3 times because of these blood clots. They get in my legs and they get in my lungs. So then that doctor came in there one day. I was living in there. I had my laptop in there. My girls was in there every day. They came home from school. They was at the hospital with me, sitting in my room, doing their homework, eating their lunch. They going out to the cafeteria. My daughter had my card, so they'll be able to get food or eat or whatever they needed to do while I'm in here. Was dad's at work too? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, 22 years of marriage, and my husband don't know how to cook. I know I spoiled him too much. I spoil my girls too much. The reason I spoil my girls way too much. When my daughter moved out, she called me with her laptop. Hassan. Yeah, babe. Really? That long? Hmm. Really? Oh, okay. Wow. That webinar is at 11 o'clock. Oh. Mhm. You're right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Husband called because we are um putting a roof on our rental property, and he had to meet the guys there who was dropping off the supplies to put the roof on the house. So what I was saying, I was in the hospital. So yeah, my daughter stayed there. My daughters was in the hospital. Oh, like I said, when my third daughter moved out and she was finna cook some steaks. She called me on the phone and said, Mama, I need you to tell me is my steaks done? I said, what you talking about? She hold her laptop up over the pot on the stove, the pan, and said, Mommy, look at it. What it look like? Do it look like it's ready? That's when I knew. I did not teach my kids how to cook because hold on. My robot. Sorry about that. I have a one of those robots that automatically sweeps your floor, and he turned on, and I have to make sure I close my daughter's room because he climbs on everything. He'll climb on top of her stuff that she has on the floor because it's equipped to climb over stuff to get to what it needs to do. My my best friend helped me um able to afford to get this because I couldn't sweep my floor because of my back. So it goes around and sweeps my whole floor. I wish I had something that mop it too. But unfortunately, it takes me like 2 days to mop it because my back, my daughter does her room, but I got to do the rest of the house, the floors. So, mm-mm. So, when my daughter holded up that pan to tell me, I knew right then. So, and now I'm trying to teach this one, and she's like, she don't even want to learn. I'm like, it ain't gonna turn out like yours. I'm like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everyone that knows when you try to imitate someone else's recipe, it is not going to taste like theirs. I don't care how much you try, how much you put in it, it's never going to be like theirs because for some reason you can follow someone's recipe and it'll be yours. You put the same ingredients that they put in there, but for some reason it's different. Tastes a little different. Just like my mom, she the one taught us how to cook, but I cook better than my mom. She always asks me, what am I doing? I say, well, I'm doing the same thing you taught us how to do. With the food, I've never changed the way I cook. I still skin my potatoes, cut them every cap, all that. I've never changed tradition. Everything I cook is tradition besides this new food that's coming out that I want to learn how to cook. I know I probably don't have the same seasoning as everyone else has, and then sometimes I might add a little bit more of seasoning because I'm quite sure, hopefully everyone's seen my video of all the seasonings that I have in my cabinet. And let me tell you, it's hard for me to keep some of them because my husband, I don't care if he cook an egg, he putting some of those seasonings in there. And then when I go to cook, sometimes I don't have something because he be don't use it up and don't tell me that he used the last little bit. And I get upset about that. Like garlic, fresh garlic, I can't keep, and fresh onions, peppers, and stuff like that. And they are getting so expensive that I don't even sometimes want to go to the store to buy anything. And I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just cooking it for you guys. So if I don't have an onion or if I don't have a garlic or something, it is what it is. Because my husband never tell me that he used the last little bit of the garlic and stuff. Okay, so my floor sweeper name is Scooby. I named him Scooby. It fits him. So he rides around sounding like he's stuck. But if he's stuck, he beeps. So he ain't stuck. I don't know what he's doing. So when my husband, only thing, let me tell you, I think my daughters have slept at the hospital with me. I can't remember. Because sometimes my brain has let me see what Scooby doing. Let me see what's up. Scooby. I'm gonna close my door so Scooby don't come in here so I don't get in trouble with YouTube for displaying something. I don't know if I have the right to do that. But I'm trying to think that my kids ever sleep in the hospital with me. I don't think so. Cause my husband don't like to be in the house by himself, so they probably didn't. One of them probably did, and the other one probably don't. One probably do, one probably don't. One probably did. They probably took turns spending the night with me. My husband, no. He don't see himself sleeping. I think he slept in the hospital with me one time when I had my surgery. he spent the night with me when I had my surgery. He spent the night, but just me staying there like that, just because of my blood clot. I mean, it took my blood forever to get to the level that they wanted to be. It had to be a certain level in order for me to leave the hospital. So when that doctor came in and say, what do you mostly want to hear from me? When I come in here, I say that I can go home. He said, okay, you can go. I said, okay. I was so happy to hear that though. I really was. I've been hospitalized, let's see, like 3 or 4 times. It was my asthma one time, it was my high blood pressure and the blood clots. Yeah, those 3 things that would keep me hospitalized a lot. So I haven't, thank God, I have not had any other blood clots in a couple of years, maybe a little longer, maybe a couple of years, maybe a little longer. Uh-oh. Why am I getting sleepy? I had a good night rest. There he is, barking. Maybe one day I'll shoot a little small video of all of them so y'all could see all the dogs. Depends on if I feel like going outside, doing all that. It depends on the temperature outside, because I can't do the sun like that. It does not work for me. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to my live. Yeah. Okay, Captain Crunch. I will do a little short um video of them so everybody could see them, how beautiful they are and bad at the same time. Yeah, they are bad at the same time, but good at the same time. Especially this one in the back. He is 2 years old, I think, and I'll tell you, he acts like a puppy. He acts just like a puppy. My daughter can't not talk to him because he give her those puppy eyes. She come running in the house, Mommy, I can't do it. I can't do it, Mommy. I'm gonna start laughing. I said, oh my goodness, girl, you can't go out there and tell that dog no. Because Mommy, he turned around and give me the little puppy eyes, the floppy ears hanging down. I said, oh my goodness, girl. Mm-mm. So maybe, okay, I will do it. I'm back. Welcome back, Captain Crunch. So I will be doing that and showing a video of the dogs. So when I got home from being in the hospital for the blood clot, I had to, I think I had another episode. I think I did because the ambulance had to come get me. I think I had another episode of me going through that. Mm-mm. But right now I'm doing good now because my doctor, because I was going to one doctor, right, when I first moved here to Jacksonville, and every time I go to her, she would just give me a pill to take. Okay, I got another pill to take. Okay, I got another pill to take. You know, I wasn't taking them pills though, because I'm like, come on, pills can't solve everything. You know, they just cover up the symptoms, but pills don't solve everything. Yeah. So I switched my doctor, who I have now, and he is amazing. I can tell you now because I told him all my symptoms that I have and what pills am I taking. I said, I want to be off this. 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 I said, I don't want to be on this, but I know I got to take my high blood medication. And my blood pressure is so high. I am on the highest dose of high blood medication that a doctor can give anybody. Mm. So that now y'all understand when I say I don't cook with salt. And I'm very skittish about the seasonings that I put on the food because I know seasonings have salt in it too. So that's why a lot of times I just use fresh stuff like fresh garlic, fresh basil, fresh thyme. You know, a lot of stuff I use fresh to knock down that sodium that's in it. if you understand, people with high blood pressure like me on a dangerous level of high blood pressure. So that works for me. But my doctor is awesome. For years, I was complaining about my stomach that it would just get huge. I mean, my stomach was huge. It was big. And I couldn't understand why when I don't eat a lot. I've never ate a lot of food. All my life I've never. So it was just getting huge. So he said, "Okay, so let me, you know, take you to a doctor for your stomach." Come to find out I had fibroids in my stomach. Had 5 of them. So he recommended me to the OBGYN, and the OBGYN, yeah, I'm on high cholesterol too. I take cholesterol pills at night. But my cholesterol's been doing good. He's been checking it regularly for the past year, and it's been good. Every time he do the lab work, every 3 months I get labs done. See, I already know when that's going to happen. And then when it comes time, I'll be nervous. Even though I know it's going to happen, but I'm still nervous. That makes sense. Yeah, so I take cholesterol pills too. So when when I found out that I had 5 fibroids, now let me tell you, imagine going to the doctors all the time and they see you because they do X-rays, they do MRIs, but they don't say, "Oh, you know what, you need to go see, OBGYN doctor or something like that." Let me tell you something right now. When my daughter was, I think she was 16, she had to get her first pap smear. Okay. So, and to make her feel comfortable, I did it with her. I did mine too. So the doctor says, I helped her because she was on tits and stuff, and I got her mine off her read book. She thanked me. So I did mine. I went first. And she asked me, she said, "Do it hurt when you have sex?" And I said, "No, not at all. Just let it go." Girl. I mean, I'm so used to just saying girl. Sorry, guys. I have had fibroids in me for over 20 some years. One was the size of a man's fist, one was the size of a little baseball, one was the size of a round ten. I mean, my stomach was huge back then, and I couldn't figure it out. So when the OBGYN looked at it, he said, "You know what? You got to have these taken out right now because that was obstructing my eating and stuff in my stomach." So he said he had to do a robot incision where they had to put the arm on the top of my belly, 2 on the side, and 2 on the bottom of my belly to get to them. They had to remove all my organs because they was attached to my organs. They was attached to my intestines. There was attached to my bladder. There's attached, already attached to my uterus and some of my stomach. So they had to take everything out to remove all the ovaries and then put everything back in. Fine. So I'm just so happy thinking, I'm just going to be, looking like Miss Sexy Woman again since they saying I'm going to have a flat stomach again. Girl, I've been waiting on that day for ever since they did that surgery. This stomach is still out here. So I'm like, well, dang, I don't see the flatness going on up in here. Girl, I was so mad at that doctor. But then after they did it, right, I went home. I went to church. No, I went to take something to my church. And next thing you know, all this blood just came gushing down my leg. Girl, I freaked out. I ran to the bathroom, put a bunch of tissue in there, and rushed to the emergency room. And I told them who did this procedure. It may have been a week. And come to find out, it was pee. My bladder had got a little tear in it from when they had removed it and put it back. It had got a little hole in it. So all my pee was leaking out. So guess who was stuck in the house for maybe 6 months while I was healing? I had put plastic on furniture. was wearing pads, and oh man, it was crazy. I had to wait on that self-healing of that bladder to heal. My OBGYN doctor tried to put, I don't know, I forgot the name of it. It's the thing that they use when they put on you when you're having surgery so you don't pee everywhere, a pee bag, whatever it's called. My daughter's upset. They holding her hostage at a job. They just want to talk. She don't like, my daughter is so antisocial. She is so antisocial. So I she crazy. So I had to sit home. Let me laugh at her because she tripping. So she no, me talking about she. So I had to go home. So that didn't even work. That bag that he put on, that didn't work. What it did was he thought about this maybe after I've been stuck in the house for like 3 months. He called me up because he always called to check on me. And then he said, let's try this coloscopy bag. That's what it's called on you to see, because, I told him, because I always say, I'm so tired of sitting in the house, Dr. Rabbit. I'm so tired of sitting in the house. So we brought me to the hospital. He said, we're going to try this on you. Then he put it on. I said, oh my God, I feel like I got to pee. He said, well, it's not right because you're not supposed to feel it. So do it again. He said, you feel anything? I said, no. By the time I got home, I was rushing right back for him to take that out because I wasn't having that. But whatever he did, he moved the hole in a different location where it closed up the hole after, I think, a week or two. The hole was closed. I wasn't leaking out pee anymore. I mean, when I say leaking out pee, I mean like, your bladder takes hours to build up for urine. No, mine was just coming out as it's building up. There was no time to say I have to use the bathroom. I was just constantly like leaking the urine out. That's how bad it was. She said, Mommy, that's not funny. I am legally being held hostage. And I'm asking her why. Why is she being held hostage? That's weird. Wow. Maybe he wants to give you a promotion. I'm messing with her now. What promotion could she get? She's already a driver. She tripping. Why she gonna come back with something crazy? Maybe he wants to give her. She drive for special needs kids on the bus. So she's already, not unless they want her to work in the office. Would she do? I don't think she'll do that with her social anxiety. I don't think she would do it. She said, okay, what do you want? She said he needs to hurry up. I'm hungry. This girl is a mess. I love her though. I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna ever move out. Yeah, she wants to move out. I want her to move out. Listen, I want her to move out, but I don't want her to move out because being that she got this social anxiety and a little bit of what it is, oh my goodness, being that I'm always with her. I can't think of the name right now. I'll probably think about it later. But she can't be alone too long by herself. Depression. That's what it is. She shows signs of that a little bit. So we have to keep an eye on her. So I don't want her to be alone. I know she wants to move out, but that's why she's keep asking her best friend to move with her too, because she probably don't want to be by herself either. But her best friend ain't ready. I already talked to her best friend. She's not ready to move out of her parents' house yet, and she's 22, and she's not ready to move out yet. So I told my daughter, you might be living by yourself. And my husband asking her to do she wants to move like in a rooming house, not a rooming, yeah, not a rooming house, but yeah, a rooming house where people all live together. But I don't trust that because she's a woman, she's a girl. You don't know who's all living in there, and she's be alone, and she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and all that stuff. So I have to take all that into consideration. I did with all my kids to know that when they move out, that they're good. And then that when I mean good, like okay, you're not gonna have to be able to come back home either. So thank goodness, thank God that because she was finna move out just before the pandemic happened. Do y'all know she would have had to move back home? Because they didn't work for the rest of the year. She couldn't pay no bills. Because she'd be on just moved in that place. She would have had to move right back home. So no, she wanted to move out now, but you know, a lot of kids aren't going to school anymore. She don't have that many kids like she had before the pandemic. She got maybe 10 kids. And that's it. That's on her bus. 10. And that's no hours for her. So hopefully this manager is going to give her some good news that she would love, to give her more income because she loved doing it. We've been trying to give her good um another job to do, look for something else, but this is what she wants. This is what she loves. And she keeps saying that. And we have to keep reminding my husband and her stepdad, this is what she loves. She loves helping special needs kids. I say, well, maybe she get that from him and us because that she see all my kids, they see that that's what we did all their whole lives is help people. So this is what she loves to do. And we can't convince her otherwise. Even though she's not making no money, she would never be able to live on her own, not with the money she gets. She's calling me right now.
Number 3 closed padlock with key.
Yeah, mommy. You finished? Where is he? Wait, hold on. Well, hold on. For what I'm asking you is that he got you waiting on him. Are you off the clock or you on the clock? You better be, because I'm like, yeah, I was just gonna say because he ain't he got somebody else in office. Really? Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should have been. Wow. I was wondering where you at. Really? Wow. Exactly. Wow. Exactly. Oh, so you was gonna go without me? Really? Remember, I thought. Really? Um. Well, well, I have somebody now. Maybe we can go first thing in the morning. The tenant. Because remember, I want to get my feet done. Yeah. hmm Well, I'm doing a live right now, mommy. Yeah, I'm on. Remember, I told you I was gonna start early because he left early. No, I didn't get on until 7:30 because I had to do my scripture reading and stuff first. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. All right. Bye. Wow. They told her the boss need to see her. She's been sitting there for an hour waiting to see the manager. He probably got some good news for her. That's the only thing it could be. He got good news for her. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. I don't lost my chain of thought of what I was talking about. Let me see. Mm. Oh yeah, okay. So I do have high blood pressure too. Um to high blood pressure and blood clots. Yeah, I do have all that. Oh my God. And my high blood pressure medication, sometimes I have to constantly check in my blood pressure on my machine because sometimes my blood pressure be normal. And I have to check it to make sure that I'm not over because I don't did it twice already. I don't make that sucker go low and then I'll be like this. I have to lay down, but I don't go to sleep because they said it's not good if your blood pressure is really low to go to sleep. So I don't go to sleep. I need to wash my hair. That's why I'm keep putting my hands in it. I need to wash it. Yeah, at least it's growing a lot though, because I did cut it off. It was here. I cut it here. Now it's back to here. Should I let it grow? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I went to the second time I went to the hospital was my asthma. And there I stayed in there for 3 weeks with my asthma. Let me tell y'all when I first came here, right, into Jacksonville, right? We came in April. We moved here April 1st. We remember the time too, because that's just how easy it was. April 1st, 2010. We moved to Jacksonville. It was like 100 degrees here. I wasn't my body wasn't none of our bodies was used to that. We was all having a hard time with the heat. So I had a really bad asthma reaction. My lungs was not doing good with it. So I went to the hospital. We didn't even know it. My daughter, they Googled it where it's at. So we all went there, husband, everybody went to there. We Googled it. It was 5 minutes from my house. 5 minutes from that house that we had to move into that was not livable. 5 minutes from there. So, and how about they didn't even have asthma equipment. I mean, they put something on my face and tied it up really tight on my face and around my neck and up my back and um made this tube hole something that I could breathe the medication in. I think because they didn't have the right we talk about emergency room here. They didn't have the right equipment for me that it didn't work for my asthma at all. My asthma was bad. I mean, I couldn't breathe at all. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do nothing. And I heard somebody in the background say, "Can we talk to her?" And they said, "No, no one can come in here. No one can do anything to her because we're trying to get her right." I remember them saying that to me, and because they didn't have what they needed to help me. I don't remember what happened. I don't know. I might have passed out or something at that point. I don't even remember. All I remember when I came through, I had a lot of stuff on me. And the only thing I did when I woke up is I did like this. I was asking for my husband and my kids. Only one person got it. She said, "You want your family?" I said, "Yes." And so they all came in and stood with me on my side. And then I seen this lady coming by with a needle, and I just followed her like this. my daughters them started laughing. Say, well, that's all she wrote. All they had to do was show Anita. My mama just like in another zone. Yeah, I'm like, oh. I said, what kind of emergency room is this that they don't have equipment to help people in the case of an emergency? I was really thrown back about that. I was really skeptical, but they was the only hospital that was close to me, and eventually they got it right. They was only 5 minutes away from me, so they really, they didn't know nothing about me. They didn't know my name. They know nothing about me at all, and they helped me. I was I guess my daughters them and my husband them gave him the information they needed about me until I was able to talk to them to give them more information about me. Because I didn't feel like nothing. I was straight to the back. They told my family they had to wait outside, and they took me to the back. No name, no nothing. All they know is I couldn't breathe, so they had to help me. So I guess, but they did help me for a while. They did. I gotta admit, I was there. That was the hospital that I was living in when I first got here. My first shots around. So my daughter's telling me now I gotta cook. I'm not doing no cooking. That's what she said. She hungry. I told y'all I spoiled my kids. My daughter, 26 years old, and sitting up here waiting on me to give her something to eat. And me and my soft self be saying, okay. Then she get mad at me if I don't cook. I said, but you're 26 years old. She said, what that got to do with it, mommy? I'm hungry. I said, oh, Lord. And my soft self go right in there and find something for her to eat on. I understand my husband. My husband leaves here between 7 and 7:30, and he don't get home until 6:30, sometimes 7. But I know when he gets home, sometimes I don't cook. He come home and cook, so that's why I love him, because I could be in this house all day long, and he will come home. He'll call me and say, "Have you ate yet?" I say, "Nope." He said, "Did you cook anything?" I say, "Nope." He said, "So what did you eat today?" I say, "Oh, I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I might have ate me some cereal or something like that, or ate some fruits, fix me a soup." He said, "But you didn't cook now?" I say, "No." He said, "What you want to eat?" And then I said, "Whatever you bring," and he'll bring something home, and we all sit to the table. He pray over the food, and we eat. Because I don't always want to cook, but I do eat. I eat all day. I don't know how these YouTubers do it. I don't know how they say they eat one time a day. I can't do it. I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. I can't eat one time a day. One time. And then they wait all day. My stomach be, my daughter them know when I'm hungry, because I start rubbing my belly. My daughter say, "You hungry?" I say, "Yeah, I gotta eat something." The only time, that's why when I do labs, I want to be the first one in there at 7:30. Because my stomach be like, the last time I had to do labs, they had to reschedule it because I woke up. Actually, I woke up with my husband at 5:30 or 6, and he said, "Oh, fix me some breakfast," and I fixed him some eggs and some vegetables, some green peppers and stuff, and what else I fixed? I fixed some other stuff, and I sat down and ate with him. Totally forgot I was supposed to do labs. Got to the doctor, sat down, and I heard her say, "You fast, right?" I said, I had to walk up there and say, "I can't do my labs today." She said, "Why, Miss Razia?" I said, "Because I ate breakfast." She said, "What?" I said, "I ate me some breakfast." So they had to reschedule my labs. I was like crazy. I say, "Oh my goodness." I say, "I don't know how I forgot to not fast." It's because I know I had to take a shot. That's why. Because I'm so terrified of needles. My mind totally blocked out that I had to fast, not to eat. So when I fixed my husband his breakfast, those grits, those eggs, and I don't know what else I fixed, but I always, hash browns and stuff. And I sat right down, ate with him. I was so mad. But she gave me an appointment the very next day to come in and do. She said, "Don't forget, don't eat." I said, I won't forget because I'm not gonna get up and cook my husband no breakfast. If I cook him breakfast, I'm gonna eat it too. So nope, I ain't fixing no breakfast. Uh-oh, she texted me. Oh, she got to. Oh my God! Wow, she got to do the random drug test. Let me tell y'all something. I feel like when when a lot of companies waste money on drug tests because if the person, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like people telling people to go get drug tests, sometimes when you know they don't do anything, you know they don't. You know this person. They don't do drugs. They don't drink or smoke. But you randomly every 2 years or so on the job, oh, I need you to go take a drug test. I think that's waste of the company's money because the company is paying for it. Oh wow, she don't drive herself. Someone gotta take her to get the drug test. What kind of crap is that? It must be far, and they don't want you to waste your gas. Yep, that's something. Now, y'all know it must be far where she got to go. She must be not going where she usually go when they have them to do this the screening. But now they want them to go and do somebody take them to get the blood drawn. I mean, drug test drawn. I don't know. I'm just like when I used to work for Publix. She said it's right off Normandy. That means it's 5 minutes away from the job. Wow. I don't know. For me though, it's like I don't know. Because when I worked for Publix, I was the manager for Publix for 15 years, and they do the drug test when you first get hired at them, right? And then I think I was 5 years in, they pulled me again to do a drug test, knowing everyone know Tina don't drink or smoke. We don't do none of that. We don't do that. So I went and took it. And I told my manager, she said, I know Tina. She said, when they told me, I was like, I said, yeah. It is what it is. That's why I feel like when they know, they shouldn't waste the money on it. Just, because I've never in my life, I don't even have the desire to do it. Even when I go to parties, when I hung out at clubs, my best friend, who I don't talk to her after that because you're my best friend, right? We went out clubbing since we was 16. I think we was started going to clubs and stuff, finished school or whatever, and we go in the clubs together. You know that when I order my sodas or whatever, if I put it down on the table, I don't touch it anymore because I don't do that. I don't If I don't finish my soda, it goes in the garbage if I get up and go to the dance floor. So this particular time we was dancing or whatever, and I come back and sit to the table, and they were so persistent that I drink my soda. And I'm like, y'all know I don't do that. Y'all, I said, but Tina, we was right here, we was watching it for you. I'm like, but y'all might, all it takes is to do like this, and somebody go sip. like that there. But Tina, it was just us. I said, I don't know. I said, I wasn't watching nobody at this table. I don't know if y'all got up. Y'all could have got up for a split second. That's all it took is a split second, and I'm done. Tina, you just don't know it. I said, no, I don't do that. I don't drink. I don't drink my drinks once I leave it on the table. It's not going to happen. I want a closed soda that I open myself, and because they give you bottles or they give you the can, and I always ask them for the can so I can open it myself. That's how cautious I was. So then, what you call it told me, said, "Oh, they put alcohol in your soda. That's why they're trying to get a drink." I say, "What?" And my best friend started laughing. I say, "Girl, you're supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be looking out for me." I say, "Now you sit up here knowing how I feel about drinking, but you're gonna, we just want to see what happened." I'm saying, y'all that cured that you're gonna sneak and put it in my drink, my soda. Pose it would have did some damaging thing to me. Pose, you know what I'm saying? Because alcohol is not for everybody. I don't see that in my life that alcohol not for everybody. And it's just my luck, it's not for me. So to keep that theory out of me, I don't want to test that theory. I don't want to test that theory of smoking a cigarette. How you know that cigarette is not going to give me cancer? No. Alcohol. How you know that one drink turns me into an alcoholic? Say, "Ooh, I want more," and I just keep drinking it. No, that's not me. Cocaine or weed or no. I didn't want to be an experiment for nobody. So no. And I was so upset with her. She was apologizing, but then the trust was gone, So I don't know about it, but for me, trust is a factor in any relationship. So it is what it is. Just like I told my husband when we first met, I say, if I can't trust you, we can't be together. I say, if I get a feeling that something is not right, or I feel like you're cheating on me and I can't prove it, we're done. I say, because life is too precious. God put us here for us to enjoy his world. And I don't have time to stress myself out or worried about what you're doing out there. And he's never gave me no inkling. We were married 22 years and his routine has never changed. And I told him, I think I told him maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I said, you know what? If you ever was to change, I'll know something's wrong. He started looking at me like, what you talking about? What you talking about? I say, don't worry about it, but if you ever change, I know something's wrong. Then I'm start questioning you. And he starts laughing. Yeah, so I miss going out. Clubs probably not like what they used to anymore anyway. So no, because I was going to take my third daughter, out on her 18th birthday to a club when she got 18, but it wasn't the same. Not at all. Back in the 70s and stuff when clubs was juking. You know what I'm saying? People just out there having fun. There was nothing, all that craziness that's in clubs now. You're getting searched to see if you got a weapon on you. Who do that? ID check. Who do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to wonder if you're in a club with a man, or you just don't know. So we did go. We went in, but she wasn't really digging it. I wasn't digging it for sure. So we went home and I planned a party with her and her friends, and I rented a limo. Because what I do was when my kids are in school and I was working for Publix, I saved, like I took 10% of my check every week, put it aside, and don't touch it till the summer. When the summertime come, I have enough money to spend with my girls while they're out of school, so they don't have to want. I still work, but I took at least 2 or 3 weeks off in the beginning of the summer because they have 2 months out of school. So for the first 3 weeks of their time is with me. Then I got to go back to work to Publix, but they hung out with me at my job, or they stayed home. They hung out. They walked to my job. They hung out because my job was 20 blocks away from my house, my apartment. So they would walk them 20 blocks, and they was young. They was my girls was babies when I met my husband. I had private vans that come pick them up, take them to school, drop them off, or drop them off in my job. One time, my daughter asked me, I think she was 10 years old. It was no, yeah, she was 10, and she said, "Mama, can me and Josephine walk to your job?" I said, "Walk?" She said, "Yeah, mommy. We'll it'll be okay." I said, "Do y'all know how far it is?" So the first time we all walked together so they could see how long it is, because 20 blocks is a lot for kids. For me as a woman, walking 20 blocks morning and night back and forth to work every day for them, so they can have stuff for them. So we did it a couple of times. And then she said, "Mommy, we can do it." So that's what they started doing. They would come home on Saturday morning when they wake up, they would get dressed and they would call me and say, "Mommy, we're on our way." I say, "Okay." They walk all the way to me and they hang out at my job until I get off at Publix. They buy games and stuff and play, because Publix has stuff for kids to do, drawing books or whatever they need to entertain them. Back in the day, Publix used to cook food. When I say food, we talk about oxtails, ribs, collard greens, baked beans, pork chops, fried chicken, lasagna, jerk chicken, potatoes. I mean, that deli every day had a good meal, and they cooked breakfast: grits, eggs, pancakes, sausages, ham, everything that you would eat for breakfast. They would have breakfast too. Back then, when I used to work for Pub, so meals was not an option for us. They ate there while at work. And then when we go home, we walk home together. We rest after the walk, and I cook for them. They eat, we watch a movie, they go in their rooms and go to sleep, and I go to sleep. I go to sleep before them. Their time for sleeping was 9 p.m. They had a curfew, 9 o'clock, everything was out. So we all went to sleep at 9 o'clock. I go to bed at 7:30 because I have to get up at 2 a.m. to go to work. So I went to sleep before them. So they already knew everything goes off. I had some beautiful, responsible kids. I've never had to worry about what they were doing, because I don't know. I think God blessed me with them, because I go to work and they wake themselves up, they get dressed, that private van come and pick them up, take them to school, bring them back home. They call me and say they're home, and I have food there for them to eat when they get home from school. They do their homework. I usually be home maybe 30 minutes after they get home, because by then I'm walking home 20 blocks to get to them. So but they'll call me on my cell phone and tell me that they made it home. I say, "Okay, mommy, I'll be there in a little bit. I'm walking now." Sometimes they'll meet me when I tell them I'm walking. They say, "We're gonna meet you halfway." I think for them, they were just the fun of them just walking out there. So they come and they meet me. They meet me at the house, meet me halfway, and we all walk back together. So I had fun time with my kids. But when I became a manager for Publix, whew, that's a whole nother story. Manager position back then, we did a lot. I don't know if they do a lot now. I don't know, but back then. I don't even know. I don't even think Publix here in Jacksonville have $1 million store. 'Cause I don't know. Miami had a couple of $1 million store. They produce $1 million every week. So they produce $1 million every week. The $1 million store. So they had to build another Publix, maybe 2 or 3 blocks down to try to tone it down a little bit. But I don't know. That other Publix probably went off the chain too, because they built it right in the middle of a community that caters to every nationality. When a store caters to every nationality, it's harder to keep up with the people. And when I say they cater to I mean, the lines used to be lined up outside of Publix all the way down. When 7 o'clock comes, they be ready. I used to come in at 2 a.m. to help the baker get started making up the bread, because them customers act like they can't wait. They act like they can't to get all that bread out. But see, now it's easy. They should never run out of bread, because now everything comes in frozen. Do they even have a baker? I need to check and see, do they even still have a baker? Because all their bread, before I left, a lot of their breads were coming in frozen. And then they let it thaw out, and then they bake it for you. They do everything at the warehouse. Do they still have a baker? I need to find out. Do they still have one? But when I became manager, it was rough. I became a manager because I was getting to that point where my back was going. I couldn't do all that strenuous lifting and stuff, because I was the head cake decorator for over 6 Publixes. So I was bouncing back and forth between 6 stores in the bakery, helping them do the wedding cakes and stuff. So the last store that I've been to, I was going to this chiropractor, and he said, if I continue to do what I'm going to do, that I will be in a wheelchair in 10 years. When my husband heard that, that's all it took. You got to go to the store tomorrow and tell him you quit. I said, I can't just quit like that. He said, you're going to do something. You're not going to keep doing it. Keep doing it. I didn't want to do it because I really love working for Publix. There's a good company to work for. There are all the benefits and all that. But I had to think about me too. So I was going to give them 2 weeks notice. I was going to give them 2 weeks notice. But okay, the manager that was before me, because I had done step down then from becoming manager once my back was, he told me that. I said, I can't be a manager anymore. So I went to a bakery, and I was working in the decorating section still, being a decorator, decorating cake. I was the only one where they put me in a store where a girl that knew me knew how good I was. And she asked me, she said, Tina, don't take over the lead role for me, please. Because I said, girl, I can't, I'm not stressing myself out. I say, you go ahead on and take care of your birthday cakes or your orders or whatever, and I'll be your backbone. I do all your backup stuff, keep your freezer full for you and all that. She said, you'll do that? I said, yeah, I'll do that for you, girl. I said, trust me, I'm not stringing all that. So that's where it went. So they needed a decorator at another store. So I had to leave them and go to another store because they didn't have a decorator. The manager was decorated. And kind of find out I knew the manager, and the manager knew me. No, she didn't know me. Her sister knew me. So her sister called me and said, Tina, you working under my sister, so you better treat her right. I said, girl, you know me. She said, I know you, LCJ, but I just want to make sure that you ain't, Public change you. I said, girl, no, nobody can change somebody with a good heart. That's never going to happen. So come to find out, this woman here, she kissed butt. I had to break out of that. She kissed butt. I had to break out. So when I broke her out of the kiss butt, me and her became best friends. We went to lunch together. She was my manager, yeah, but I'm the decorator. We go to lunch together, and then the manager told her, oh, you're not supposed to go to break with your coworkers. I say, girl. I said, if you don't go tell that manager to kiss your butt, that when you on break, that you don't see her when you're on break. She said, I said, girl, you could do that. They not paying you for the time you don't clocked out and walked out their stuff. If it is, everybody do it. So but she didn't tell him, but we still went to lunch together. I said, I guarantee you, if we keep going to lunch together, there's nothing that they can do because they already know. I said, you've been kissing it, but I don't know how long you've been with them, but this finna stop right now. I don't know how long you've been kissing their butt, but it's gonna stop. So she went, we kept going to lunch together. Then he stopped messing with her. She said, you maybe, I said, girl, they can't tell you what to do off the clock. I said, my other manager used to try to do that. And her sister used to come and say, Tina, don't you hear her calling your manager calling you? I say, I'm on break. I said, I'm gonna tell you like this. Go tell my manager. If I walk over there to ask her what she's doing, I say, I'm gonna look at my time, how long it takes me to walk over there, right? Whatever she got to say to me on my break, when I clock back in, I'm going to go sit down for that time. So go tell her that, see if she still want me. She ain't come back. I said, yeah, I told her that. I said, because I'm on my break. I'm on my time. Once I hit that clock out, Publix is a figment of my imagination. So she said, okay. So she ain't come back. The manager ain't call me no, because she was calling me over the PA, but I was ignoring it because I'm on break. So what you gotta say? Oh my God, Tina. I said, yes, I don't let any people do that. So the manager stopped leaving her alone, stopped telling her to let us go on lunch together and all that stuff. But then she got sick, so she had to retire. She's a full-blown diabetic. She had to have one or two of her toes cut off on her leg. So she had to resign. And they brought another manager there. That's all it took. The other manager came down. She was lazy. What she did was, we was all best friends in that bakery. We all was like this in the bakery, right? The managers couldn't tell us nothing. I had that bakery locked down. The store manager wouldn't even come in the bakery. So I took 2 days off, right? I always take my 2 days together because my girls. And I was noticing that my cakes was missing when I come back. And I'm like, well, darn. And so the baker said, Tina, I'm gonna tell you, he said, when you leave, the manager, what she do is she go in that freezer, she take your cake, she cut them up, she take the roses off, and she put them on other people's cake when they have an order. I say, what? She said, yeah. She said, she don't be making these cakes. She said, if you have your backup in the back, she go out and take your cakes out, give it to the people like she did it. I said, okay, no problem. I fixed her my next time when I took my 2 days off. I had nothing backed up in the freezer. And I came to work. She said, Tina, you didn't leave me no backup. I say, the backup wasn't for you. It was for me when I come back. So I don't have to stress. When I'm gone for 2 days, you're supposed to make fresh cakes for the people. You don't supposed to take my product and give to the people. That's not the way that works. She just looked at me and said, but I didn't have enough cake. I said, well, then you should have made them some. So from then on, I never left her any backup cakes. She physically had to get there and make them cakes herself, because she would come when I come to work. She took every single cake that I've had and gave it out. And so I could stress when I come to work and make more cakes. Now, if I did that on my own, I know that's me. So when she got there, I already knew that when I come to work, I have to do the orders and do my backup. But I'm fast. I never let her know that until that day when she saw what I did before I left. And she said, you did all that? I say, yeah. Mm-hmm. She said, so you could be. I said, no, I can't. I said, I can't be leaving you my stuff to give to the people. You have to show the people that you can do it. I say, the people already know it be mine, because if you buy a cake from somebody and you continue to buy a cake from somebody, you know who did the cake and who didn't do the cake. I always knew that because right out of the day, being that I worked at Publix, when we go to Publix, my daughter, the first thing my daughter tell me to do is look at the icing because a lot of decorators skip on certain ingredients on the icing because they don't want to do it because it's more work. But they could get it. They could get away with it if you don't know. So they can skip an ingredient, actually two ingredients, and you won't know. That's because you've probably been eating it that way for so long, but we know. It's so before she buy it, she'll say, "Mom, look at it, look at it, look at it." So when she said something to me on that day too. So what I did was I called the store manager. I said, I need a meeting right now. So when the store manager came back there, she was looking at her and that's what? She said, I don't know. Oh, I just politely took him to the back and told him that I quit as of today. The store manager tried to plead with me, tried to talk to me and stuff. And I said, no, I didn't say what she did, but I just said it's time for me to go right now. I say, and she knows why. And the store manager looked at her. So that's what it is, what it is. So I left, and everybody in the bakery was like, Tina, what happened? What happened? Because they saw me clock out. Tina, what's going on? What did they do to you? What do you do? And they started fussing at them. But the one of the bakers said, "Don't worry, I will tell y'all everything," because I had already told her that I was planning on doing it. So I told her to make sure she tell everybody else to keep them calm in the bakery. Because I'm telling y'all, we was a tight crew there. So Scooby's knocking on my door. Scooby want to come in and do my floor. So I just left. And from then on, I have not been back to Publix since because my back was going to go out, y'all. I would have been in a wheelchair. I would not be walking right now if I would just kept that up. Even though I loved it, I really liked it though. Scooby want to come in my room. That's why you hear somebody knocking on the door. That's Scooby. But Scooby did my floors Monday. You hear him? He want to come in. But he swept my floors Monday. So the only thing I like for him to keep doing is my kitchen and my dining room because those are the two main areas in your house that get used constantly. And when my husband comes home, all right, Scooby. When my husband comes home, I could say he goes in and out of the house at least 5 to 6 times. He come in the first time to say, "Hi, how you doing?" Comes in and speak. He put all his lunch bags and stuff on the table. And he goes back out. He changes his shoes, washes his hands, because he built him an outside sink outside in the garage because to deal with the dogs in order to keep not bring his dirty hands in the house. He washed his hands outside. So he washes his hands outside and he comes in the house and then we talk and then he changes his clothes and then he go out there and he interacts with all the dogs before he finally come in the house. He interact with everybody. Then he washes his hand again, come in, and then we all sit down. If he didn't bring nothing to eat, if I cooked, we all sit down to eat together and we talk and have family time. I'd be so happy when he get to that point.
Help you with Quest Diagnostics.
Oh, 1 minute, guys. Hello. Hey, I'm good. How are you? Sorry, everybody. That was my lab work calling. Give me some results of my labs that I had done. What's she saying? It's across from Publix. Which Publix? Which Publix? By us? Perfect woodwork solution. Oh. So I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Perfect woodwork solutions. I wish my body was. I don't know. You know, sometimes you get tired of being sick. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but sometimes I get tired. Sometimes, and you know, my daughter fussing me out. My husband fussing me out because I know I've been on asthma forever. I've been on high blood pressure medicine forever. Blood thinners I've been on since I'm gonna say 2008. And sometimes you just get tired of taking medication. When my asthma acts up, I get so tired of taking that. I lay down. Sometimes my asthma acts up. I could be just laying down in a bed and I feel it coming in my lungs. I feel my lungs and I'm just laying down in a bed. I'd be, oh, like, Lord, please just, let it just clear up. I don't feel like taking it. Then I get out of bed and my husband say, what, your asthma? I say, yeah. But they always remind me, even though I've been taking blood pressure medicine forever, they always say, did you take your medicine yet? Because took my shower, get in the bed, and don't think about taking no pills. My husband said, did you take your blood pressure yet? Blood pressure pills yet? I said, darn it. No, not yet. So I just get up out my bed and go take them. Because I forget. And I don't know how. I don't know if anybody else who's ever listening that, you, even though you're supposed to take it, you still don't take it. My sugar pills the same way. I just don't take it. It's crazy. What she said, is it across from Publix? Our Publix? She said across. Okay, so the Publix by us. What's across? Oh no, not by us. Oh, the one on Roosevelt. The one off of Roosevelt. I think that's the Publix she's talking about. The one off Roosevelt. So I have a lot more to talk about, but I think I want to save some because there's so much going on in my life. Like my husband now has been diagnosed with high blood pressure, and he thinks he don't have it. Okay, so you go to the doctor and your blood pressure always high, but you don't have high blood pressure now. No, it's just high at that moment. And then you get home and you start checking it. Okay, first of all, let me ask everybody this question. What doctor tells you that it's okay to have high blood pressure? What time is it? I heard Scooby. His blood pressure be like 140, like over 190. And his doctor says okay. I thought normal blood pressure like 120 or 180. I ain't know it could be like 140, 150 over 190 or 198 or. I say, babe, what doctor tells you that your blood pressure is normal, at that high? I say, the older you get, the lower it's gonna go. Not the older you get, the higher it's gonna go. But he fussing me. I know. He said it was okay. So my husband been checking his blood pressure. Has been like, now he went to the doctor and the doctor said, oh, maybe we need to put you on 20 milligrams because if it's running that high. I said, but first of all, he told you that it's okay to be high. Now he want to raise your blood pressure medication because it's high now. So, I keep telling him to switch doctors. I don't know why he don't want to use a doctor. I know why he don't want to use a doctor that we got because we know him spiritually. We know him. He's a active military veteran. He's a good person though. The one by us. The one by us. What do you mean by us? There's a gas station over there. I don't know. She gonna have to show that to me. Cause I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is a Shell station by us. I don't know. Products. Oh, that plaza probably behind the gas station. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, thanks for the 9 likes. Who's all on here? Thank you for listening to my crazy stories about me. I will do another one. I don't know if I'm gonna do what tomorrow is. Today is Friday. No, I won't be doing a live tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. And okay, so my daughter, right? I was supposed to go to a real estate class last weekend, but she wanted to go on this little venture. And she said, Mommy, 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 please, please, please go with me. Please go with me, Mommy. She said, if you go with me, I will help you, help you, help you, help you. I said, okay. So, yep. Tomorrow, she will be helping me with this project that I have to do that I was supposed to do it last week. And though she's going to come to me last night tomorrow, Mommy, how long is it that you got to do it? I looked at her like, it don't matter. You still got to help me. I just need to know how long it's going to take, Mommy. I said, nope. Sorry, Mommy, you gotta help me tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Saturday. So I am going to. I gotta wash my hair. Cause look how it's looking. It's growing too. My hair growing. It's so thin. I know why it's thin. My daughter keep telling me though. I just don't want to listen to her. She keep telling me because it's all this medication that I'm taking that's keeping it looking thin the way it's looking. Because I hate that it's so thin. When I hold it up like this, it looks like it's full, but it's thin. See how I lay down flat? Definitely thin. It looks thick here, but when it grows out, it's just so thin. And I keep cutting it. Because I don't like the way it look like this. I don't like the ends to look like this. So I go snip, 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 snip. Then when it grow out, it's thin still. So no. I probably won't be cutting it. My daughter keep telling me stop cutting it so it could grow right. Because it was long. It was like right here. Now I cut it. And I cut it. That was crazy. So I am gonna end this live here. I will talk more about me later. Maybe I'll talk to you guys some more on a spiritual level of my spiritual journey of how I became an Orthodox Christian. I do post a lot, so if you guys can follow me on my social media pages like my Facebook or my Instagram or my TikTok page, you will see all my social medias when I take pictures. I show vlogs of different stuff that I'm doing in my church, and you guys can see what Orthodox is about. If you guys want to know what Orthodox Christians are, I'm talking about are. I don't know why I said are, but that was a long journey for me to get to where I am now. And I think that any time in your life when you do reach that spiritual journey, that God said it was your time to get there. Sometimes you have to go through things, look at things, and analyze different things to find your way. And when you find your way, you will know it. Let me tell you, because if you're still searching, that means you ain't found your way yet. And God is helping you. He sends signs out that a lot of people probably just ignore, but I reached my journey. I'm happy, very content of where I am now in my life. Watch this. Nyla. See, if you guys could hey 48, hi, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you missed me. I'm getting ready to close out. See, that sun is glaring in my window, because if you guys could see, that's too much sun back there. You can see him because, okay, so the way we have them set up is that we have these big old trees in our backyards, and we have cable line, cable wiring, that they are hooked up from one tree to the other. So he could run from one side of the house all the way to the other side of the house. They're not chained like people have their dogs chained up. No. All our dogs are like, he run from one side all the way to the other side. The one here run from this side all the way to that side. This one run from that side all the way to the front. And then the other ones guard the front of the house. They be loose. That's how the whole house get protected. So I'm like, exactly 48. I believe that God is with everybody. So for me in my journey, yes, I am so happy that I did find my way, even though, my husband, he's an Orthodox Christian too. He's cradled. He's born Orthodoxy. He's from Romania. So he strayed away from his faith. He still read his books, because when I met him, he wasn't going to church. He wasn't into his faith as he into his faith now. I think it took for me as his wife, because you see, I was looking for Christ in my life all the time. So when he introduced me to his faith into Orthodoxy, it's when he got stronger into Orthodoxy. So I am very happy in my journey. And it's, thank God, it's fulfilled that I found my home in Christ all the time. So I'm going to end my live here, ladies and gentlemen, by saying, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, leave me a comment, share my videos with all your friends and all your family so we can get to know each other better. Everyone have a wonderful, safe day, and I will see everyone in my next live. Bye.